So Johnny, you watched this
Oh
fight?
yeah, I watched the fight.
You paid the $50?
I didn't pay $50. I got
You
streamed.
streamed
He's
it?
got the stream.
I got the
Okay.
stream.
We already know
Hey,
this.
if the FBI's watching, I paid. Okay.
We already know this.
I saw this meme this week. You know the old commercials, like you wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't. I saw one that said you wouldn't screenshot an NFT, which I thought was pretty funny. But yes, I stole the stream. I did it illegally.
Okay, so
I wouldn't have paid. I'm so happy I didn't pay $50 for that
It was
shit.
basically
Yeah.
just there wasn't there like 3 performers before they even came out.
There was a
one
full.
fight.
It was a full festival.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there were 3 fights. There was a full music festival before him. There was the Black Keys
Justin
played.
Bieber.
Justin Bieber played. 50 Cent played. Snoop Dogg.
What?
Sway
Alright,
Lee.
yeah.
Like so many people were performing before this thing.
Who else?
yeah.
Let me pull up the full festival
There was
lineup.
like 3 national anthems.
Yeah.
It was
So
ridiculous.
yeah, I heard this whole thing was crazy. So I want to break it down from the beginning all the way to the end
Break it
here.
down,
And Johnny, I'm definitely gonna need your help with this one because I didn't watch it, but
Yes.
I found as much as I could online. So let's first start with the 2 people here. We got Ben Askren and Jake Paul. Who's Ben Askren? You guys know?
Tell me who
Washed
Ben
up
Askren
scrub.
is.
Washed up scrub.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this whole thing here that we're trying to figure out is if it was like rigged. Or
Sports nuts.
Sports
well, I
nuts.
guess it's like I
Ooh,
guess
is
like
that this week's sports nut episode.
Could be. Hey, that's actually.
That's not that's relevant.
Yeah. Fuck,
Is-
let's do it.
Yeah.
so half of it is like, was it rigged or didn't, or like what actually does rigged mean? Because I think it was clear that Ben Askren didn't really care about it because he was out of shape, and afterwards he was smiling.
I think what it was more or less was that he just. I don't think it was rigged. I don't think he was trying to lose. He wanted to win. He doesn't like the guy.
But he didn't put in as much like.
No.
No,
It
I mean
was
he didn't
clear-
put on. No, he didn't put in as much effort as
Yeah.
Jake Paul did. Jake Paul trained hard. Jake Paul,
Yeah.
he looked like a fighter.
Okay.
Ben Askren looked like a 35-year-old, guy
Washed
who
up
never
MMA
boxed in a
fighter,
day in
How
his
tall
life.
is
Yeah. So here we go. So we got.
He's got Jake Paul has a few
No.
inches
Yeah.
on him. Yeah,
Five.
Jake Paul's 6'1".
Okay.
So Jake Paul had a few inches on him.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was clear that Jake was taking it more seriously, but I guess like Ben just didn't train as hard because he maybe underestimated Jake.
Oh, that's for sure what happened.
Okay.
So was this UFC or boxing?
No, this is boxing.
Okay.
So basically, you get a world famous wrestler who then became a UFC fighter to then go to box a guy for the first time in his life.
Can't
I mean,
find
that's
the
who Ben
actual
Askren
video.
was. He never boxed before.
Really?
I mean, Askren just assumed. I'm guessing he
Minute,
assumed
59 seconds.
that Jake Paul is a scrub. Jake Paul still hasn't faced a boxer yet, like a real boxer. Like
Nate Robinson.
he faced a basketball player and a wrestler.
The
Mhm.
younger brother of a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KSI's brother.
Exactly. So like, and he's like the cockiest fuck. I don't know if you saw any of Pete Davidson at the fight, but Pete Davidson was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
He was like one time he was like this is just showing how far boxing has fallen. He's like,
What's
this,
he doing?
this just shows how far boxing has fallen. We have this fight. It's a spectacle. No one really cares.
Uh-huh.
He's just shitting on the entire event while he's doing it. Meanwhile, him and Snoop Dogg are just getting blazed, like, constantly.
Yeah.
Like, they're all just, they let them smoke on air.
Were they announcing it?
They're announcing
Snoop
the
Dogg
fight.
was announcing the
Yeah.
fight, yeah.
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 So,
and I saw a clip beforehand, like Pete Davidson was with
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, like in Jake Paul's locker room, like
Yeah.
talking to him, saying, "Oh, what you're doing."
Jack Harlow's
Everyone was there.
unbelievable, by the way.
oh, yeah, Jack Harlow's great. I
He's
always
got
spoke
bars.
myself.
I loved Jack Harlow.
Yeah, but Pete Davidson was like talking to Jake, saying how like what you're doing is great and like all this stuff. And 5 minutes later, he's talking shit about him, saying how it's bad for boxing. So that's interesting.
My
I mean-
opinion is bad for boxing. Tyson
No, it
Fury
definitely
actually tweeted and said that he thinks it's great for boxing because it's bringing eyes to the sport. Even though like these people aren't professionals, like people are paying attention to the sport of boxing now. So from that perspective, I understand it, but I don't respect Jake Paul and him, titling himself as a professional boxer because, like we said, he's fought the younger brother of a YouTuber, a 5'6" retired NBA player, and a retired MMA fighter who is best known for getting knocked out in 5 seconds by Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
This guy is
But, yeah.
these people that he's fought are nobodies. No offense to Ben Askren, I know
Yeah.
he's fought in UFC, but like I give Jake Paul the credit. He trains and he looks like he looks in shape and he trained hard. But like the second that he fights a real professional active boxer, that fight I would love to see.
Or just
because I think he would get rock.
No.
Even as a current UFC fighter too.
And just any
Just not-
active fighter that is a professional fighter has been doing this for a long time and it's still active.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ben
I-
Askren isn't active.
Yeah, I do think what he's doing is smart though, because he's just gradually like having better
Building up to
opponents.
bigger names.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
No,
obviously, if he fought like McGregor right now, he'd be
I
fucked.
Oh, yeah, if
bet
he fought
you, I
anyone
bet
right
you
now.
that fight will happen eventually.
Well,
Yeah.
McGregor?
McGregor? Yeah.
No.
I think
Come
so.
on.
If the money's
McGregor-
right,
come on.
absolutely. If
I-
McGregor is offered a bag, which I think didn't they offer him like $10 million or something like that already?
So I mean, for this fight, Jake Paul made $500,000. I mean, which is like a good money, but like
Yeah.
you're
Well,
not getting
yeah,
like.
McGregor in there. You're gonna have the big promoters.
I
hyping
think it
up
would
and
be
stuff
more,
like that.
honestly.
Dana White would get. I think they would make it a big deal.
Yeah, I'm
How much brain
curious.
damage does Jake Paul get from a
I hope
McGregor
he gets
fight?
a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about how much they actually end up getting. I think we have a graphic for this, but so the
Jake
base
Paul
salary,
offered $50 million to Conor McGregor for a fight.
that's crazy.
Offered $50 million.
Yeah, but with this fight, so Paul,
Back in January.
so Paul, the minimum salary or whatever was $690,000, and Askren was $500K. But with the other fight that, who was the guy that?
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, with that one, it said that he almost made like 10 mil.
I'm sure you had.
I think it was a-
like
it was-
pay-per-view buys.
yeah,
and
it was
stuff
a bigger
after,
ticket.
They still got to like look at that.
Wasn't Tyson on that ticket too, or was that a different fight?
No, different fight.
Different fight.
Oh, okay. So Johnny, what were you saying earlier about all the halftime shows? Bieber was there.
Yeah, Bieber was there. We had. Let me pull up the full list.
That's
Um,
crazy.
Madison Ray.
Yeah, so like the
Ridiculous.
the Charlie and Dixie were there.
Yeah.
They were the one presenting the belt to the people.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there
it was
was.
just a mess.
I mean, it was a spectacle
Where was this?
in Atlanta. Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, E40, all performed. Too Short,
Damn.
Justin Bieber, the Black Keys, Doja Cat, Diplo. I always say this wrong.
Saweetie.
Saweetie, is it Saweetie? Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Saweetie. Yeah, that's who performed at the show. I mean, that's a fucking music festival right there.
You're basically paying for a concert at this point, not
Yeah.
even for a fight.
I mean, I will
The
say
fight was a minute and a half long.
Yeah.
Right.
there was also 2 fights before that.
Yeah, sure.
The fight before that was actually kind of interesting. There was a hit on the guy, and he went down, and they were ruling whether or not it was an illegal hit or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he
Yeah.
got hit below the belt, but he actually.
He got hit in like the kidney,
Yeah.
and the guy collapsed immediately. It didn't even seem like it wasn't a direct blow either. I think it was just right at the perfect spot, like right at the kidney, where it just like absolutely destroyed him. He had to carry it out on a stretcher.
Really.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Did he win? Was it disqualification?
No, it wasn't disqualification. The other guy won.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Honestly, for the spectacle of the whole thing, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, the concert sounds nails.
Yeah, I mean the Black Keys were really good. That was a fun concert.
Yeah. Alright.
You know the Black Keys.
Okay.
You probably know about
Which
5 or
is-
6.
You know him. You love him.
You know 'em.
The Black
I mean they're
Keys.
good. I'm a huge. The Black Keys are good.
So
I mean,
when did it start? The entire event?
9, and they
then-
didn't fight till 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Really?
I was
No way.
watching some friends, and we were like, all right, we got the stream on at 9. We got this thing queued up. We start watching, and I'm like, over under. It starts at 12:30, and
You
everyone's
said
like,
it
under.
at 12:30.
I said, because normally fights. That's what time fights
Usually-
normally
yeah, usually,
start.
like,
Is
main
12.
event UFC fights,
Yeah, it's normally
boxing's
12:30.
12 o'clock,
Yeah.
12:30.
So I said over under 12:30. It started 12. The bell rang at 12:41. So I was pretty
And the
close.
fight was over at 12:43.
Exactly.